You ever wonder what the search for wisdom truly looks like? Not as some abstract idea, but as an actual journey? Well, today, we're diving into this epic quest from an ancient text, following a young man on his search for enlightenment. And let me tell you, it's a journey that shows how real teachers can be found in the most unexpected places imaginable.
So our story kicks off with a young pilgrim. His name is Sudahana, and he has this one single driving question. This isn't just some casual thought. This is the question that literally launches him on a search for 53 different masters. He is dead set on understanding not just the theory of enlightenment, but what it actually looks like in practice, in real life.
And right out of the gate, Siddhana's journey just shatters any idea of what you think a spiritual teacher should be. His first teachers are not the hermits or quiet monks you might picture. Nope, they are worldly, they're vibrant, and their methods are, well, let's just say they're unconventional.
This becomes the central puzzle Sudhana has to figure out. If a spiritual master doesn't look the part, how do you even recognize them? And this very question sets the stage for his first and probably most startling encounter.
Okay, so just picture this. Sudhana arrives at this magnificent palace. It's filled with fragrant gardens, incredible luxury, the whole 9 yards. And he's there to meet his next teacher, a woman named Vasumitra. The text describes her as having skin of gold and a voice more beautiful than anything in the heavens. This is not exactly the picture of asceticism, is it?
So this is how Vasumitra teaches. It's wild. She uses the very things that typically trap us, attraction, desire, all our sensory experiences. She uses them as the tools for freedom. So beings who are completely caught up in desire, just by engaging with her, find themselves freed from it. It's this radical idea that the poison itself can be the antidote.
And this just brilliantly illustrates that there isn't one single path. Take another teacher Sudhana meets, Mahadeva. While Vasumitra uses attraction, Mahadeva uses its total opposite, fear. He conjures up these horrific illusions, visions of demons and carnage, not to hurt people, but to shock them out of their own anger and pride. Two wildly different methods, both aiming for the exact same goal of liberation.
So after these lessons in what you might call skillful means, Sudhana's journey takes a bit of a turn. He now starts to meet masters who embody wisdom, not through these radical techniques, but through just a steady, unwavering, and active compassion for every living thing.
Sudhana travels to the legendary Mount Podalaka, this beautiful place with fragrant grass and flowing streams. And here he meets one of the most revered figures in this tradition, Avalokiteshvara, who is the very embodiment of compassion. And he's there for one reason and one reason only, to help others.
And look how practical this compassion is. This isn't some vague, abstract feeling. Avalokiteshvara's vow is to get rid of the most concrete, terrifying fears that plague all of us, from the fear of not having enough to live on, to the fear of dying, to the fear of being trapped.
And this theme of protection just keeps building with the next teacher. In the city of Kipala, Sudhana has to wait for night to fall to meet the goddess Vasanti. Her physical body is said to literally contain all the constellations of the night sky, and her entire purpose is to be a guardian when the world is dark and dangerous.
And just like Vasanti's, compassion is all about action. For those who are lost in the dark, whether that's literal or metaphorical, she provides a light. For those who've lost their way, she shows them the path. Her wisdom is protection. It's a promise that nobody has to face the darkness all alone.
Okay, so from personal liberation and active compassion, Sudhana's education now expands to a scale that is truly mind-bending. The next teachers he meets don't just teach him about himself, they show him a reality that stretches across infinite time and space.
Sudhana finds his next master, Veshtala, who isn't a god or a mystic, but a layman, a regular guy. And Veshtala's special insight is that enlightenment isn't a single event. He can actually perceive this unbroken chain of enlightened beings, the Buddhas, across all of existence, past, present, and future.
Just try to wrap your head around that. The number of atoms in the entire universe. In one single moment, Veshtila perceives that many Buddhas. This isn't just a big number. It's a vision that's meant to completely shatter our ordinary sense of scale and time.
So if Vestala's lesson was about infinite scope, the next teacher, Anyanagaman, is all about infinite speed. His practice is called the Universal Gate Swift Practice, and believe me, it completely redefines what is possible in a single instant.
This is just incredible. Look at what Ananyami Desemen does in the time it takes for a single thought to cross your mind. He travels across countless universes, meets every single Buddha in each one, makes offerings, understands the minds of all the beings there, and then arrives to meet Sudana. This is an enlightened mind operating beyond any physical laws we could possibly understand.
So Sudahana has met teachers of desire, of fear, of compassion, of cosmic power. So what's the final unifying lesson? Well, it comes in a phrase that every single one of them repeats, and it's probably the most profound teaching of the whole journey.
After revealing these unbelievable, universe-spanning abilities, every single master, from the beautiful Vasumitra to the incredibly swift Ananyagamin, ends their teaching with this astonishingly humble statement. They each basically say, look, what I know is just this one little doorway.
So, the ultimate takeaway is this. The journey for wisdom never, ever ends. True enlightenment isn't a final destination you get to. It's the humble recognition that the path is infinite. The wisest beings are the ones who are most aware of how much they still have to learn. And that, right there, is the goal.
Sudana's journey doesn't actually end here. He goes on to meet many more teachers. And it kind of leaves us with a final question to think about. If wisdom can be found in a courtesan, a night goddess, or just a regular guy, who are the surprising masters that have appeared in your own life, and what did they teach you?